chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Narcissists make terrible decisions. Please embrace these terrible decisions they make in cheating on you, in discarding you, are not a reflection of you. It's not because you're unlovable. It's not because you don't mean anything to them. It's not because you're worthless. Okay? They make terrible, terrible decisions. Okay? They're very impulsive. They're very unstable. And they make some of the worst decisions ever. They even made terrible decisions throughout the entirety of the relationship, through their dark nature, from their inner dark world, extensions of themselves coming out, gaslighting, devaluing, manipulating. They make terrible decisions through the course of life. And it happens to be that one of these terrible decisions that they make is discarding you because they see something else, right? They see another shiny object. They see someone else. They think they can upgrade. They think they can have a better life. Also, a lot of the times, they're actually trying to escape from you, right? Because it's hard to be around you. This is something that I've realized. It's quite a challenge for a narcissist to maintain being around a genuine soul, empath or chosen one. As much as they love your potent supply, you make them feel like shit just by being around you. Okay? So that's why during the discard, they try to make you feel like shit. They try to make you feel worthless. They try to make you feel like you're dead to them and you mean nothing. And that's the impression that they want to leave you under. That's the spell they want to leave you under, because they felt that for so long. They never told you that they felt this way, right? They couldn't. How could they? They were pretending to be genuine. They were pretending to be truthful. They were pretending to be loyal and loving and kind and all the rest. How could they possibly tell you that you're offending them and inflicting narcissistic injuries just in you being yourself? Just you being yourself, talking your truths, being real, being authentic. You're not perfect, I'm not saying that, but just you being you, rub them the wrong way. They get irritated. It's because they're submitters to the dark side. It's because they're submitters to Satan. It's because they've got a dark past. They've done a lot of wrong things in their life, and they're conscious that they've done wrong things, and they're embarrassed that they've done wrong things, and they like to keep it hidden from everyone. Okay? That's why when they first encountered you, they didn't come up to you and say, "Hi, I'm a narcissist. I like to lie. I like to cheat. I like to manipulate. I like to deceive." They didn't tell you that. They come along and told you how wonderful they are and everything like that, right? They didn't come and tell you the truth. Okay? So they had no means to be real with you and tell you that you're offending them. So this is the thing, okay? Now they proceed on with their lives. And this is the thing. These new supplies are not on your level. These new supplies were talking to the narcissist while they were talking to you. While the narcissist was involved in you. These new supplies were the narcissist's ear. And the combination of having you around plus someone else simultaneously, whether they were actually intimate or not, they might have just been talking, right? I'm not trying to trigger any of you now. They might have just been, courting the new supply. They were telling the new supply all sorts of things about you, but they had your energy still, okay? Now, this is why when they go, they discard or reverse discard and they go to this new supply. You've won, okay? There exists a knowing in their mind, even at that time when they go. They realize, they're aware that you are a potent source of supply, but it's a challenge to be around you. And they see this as an escape, this new supply, okay? They're delusional. They make terrible decisions, like I was saying in the beginning segment. They make these terrible decisions. So they go. Now, this is not a reflection of you. This is not because this new person is better than you. This new supply is better than you. This is not because you're worthless. This is not because what they told you the reason is. Whatever they've told you, they come up with some of the most bizarre things. What sort of things do they say? You know what I mean? It's just, if you check the intention, check the intention behind it, check the agenda behind it. It's just things to make you upset. It's just things to make you feel worthless. It's just things to make you feel like they're not interested. It's those sorts of things, okay? But you need to be aware that they know what they're leaving, right? But they think this is an escape. And also, you need to have a knowing that they're going in a bad direction. Now, you need to look upon them as someone that's less intelligent than you. They're not more intelligent than you, okay? Someone has to lie to go through life that can't be real with themselves, right? They might be really good academically and all of that, right? And they might supersede you in that aspect. They might be really good academically and stuff like that. But like general common sense and intelligence, like they don't have it, right? They have to go through life deceiving, manipulating, lying because they're embarrassed of themselves, right? So you need to look upon them as if they're beneath you, really, because they are. I'm not like, it's not you being narcissistic now. Like when someone makes a bad decision, like you got to have a knowing inside yourself, like you've made a bad move. And you made a bad move walking away, and you're sure as hell gonna know about it. And that's the thing. They reach that place very quickly, right? They reach that place very quickly. I made a video recently, I can't remember what I called it, but I was discussing the timeline of when a narcissist starts to regret. And I'll just touch on it briefly, but especially during the discards, there's something called the fade and effect bias. So in several weeks, narcissists will start to only remember the good things about you, and the bad things that they thought about you or whatever will fade, right? So if they've made themselves into a delusion where they think you're the enemy and you've done bad things wrong, that will fade within several weeks. So you've got to have that knowing, like, okay, go away for several weeks, that's going to fade, you're going to forget about that. Yes, you're going to be too stubborn to come and tell me. That's how your mind's got to be. Yes, they're going to be too stubborn a lot of the time to come and tell you. Some of them might not be. Some of them actually do come back and tell you this. But many of them are too stubborn. But they're going to go through that. So they're only going to remember fond things about you. They're going to... And then after a few months, say, they're going to go through self-absorbed dumpers remorse, because they're going to realize that they're in a shitty situationship with this new supply. The new supply don't equate. And the thing is, basically, the narcissists, the stubborn ones, they don't know how to fix the mess they've created. They've made you out. They've made you feel, a lot of you actually, like you're not worthy. Like, it's fucked what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to be thinking this way. Like you can't believe the narcissists that are involved in your life. You can't believe them. It's an agenda, it's a motive. They want to make you feel unlovable. They want to make you feel unworthy. They want to make you feel like shit. It's revenge because of how you made them feel the whole time. Yeah, they smiled in your face, right? Yeah, they smiled in your face. But really, they had so many narcissistic injuries, and this is their escape. And now their escape, that was meant to be their master plan, that they're running to now, just meant to fulfill all of their emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, all their needs. It's fallen short. So now they know how irreplaceable you are. And that's why you've got to be in a mind state of when this occurs. Distance yourself from your emotions. Distance yourself from your natural inclinations. Those inclinations that many of you may have already done so, but like, it doesn't matter if you have just a good nature in you, but those natural inclinations to like solve the problem and bring them back and this and that, like you got to detach from that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how irreplaceable you are now, but they don't know how to fix it. How can they come and tell you when they've just made you out to be worthless? Right? They've cheated on you, ran out on you, destroyed a relationship, hurt you, upset you. How do they? They're scratching their head. They're trying to figure that out. They're trying to figure it out for a long time. And that's why hoovers can sometimes take years. Because they got no means. Some of you change your numbers, which is a very good thing to do after a narcissist. It's better than blocking. Change your number. Start fresh. Change your number. So, you're not even... It's not a block where you can take it. Oh, you're just changing your number. You're starting fresh. That's what you should really be thinking. Those sorts of things after the narcissistic relationship. Changing your number, starting fresh. Like, honestly, that changing your number is it's a real helpful move. It's like they're good. If they don't have your number, right? I'm telling you, they still try and find ways to reach out to you. Okay, but don't wait on this shit. You don't want to hear from them again. Honestly, you don't want to hear from them again. The moment that a narcissist has ran off with someone else or gone with someone new, that needs to be your detachment, And many times they even hide these new supplies off on their social medias. They actually delay revealing the new supply, right? Because they have a rough idea that you're looking. Many of you are looking. You shouldn't be looking, but I understand you looking, so... I understand you being in that place of wanting to get a bit of closure and look and stuff like that, but they often hide their new supplies for some time. One, because they're embarrassed. Two, because they don't want to let you know and they want to keep you caught up in your emotions and they want to prevent your healing and they want to make you hold on for the relationship and things like that. But a lot of the times it is because they're embarrassed of the new supplies and they've sorry about that. They've realized very quickly about these new supplies are not on your level. So honestly, they know you're irreplaceable, but they just don't know how to fix it. Just put yourselves in their situation. Let's not put yourselves in a narcissist, but say you'll deal with it. This is the thing. If you made out someone was horrible, you hurt someone, you done it, you'd be able to at least swallow your pride and you would be able to try and make amends. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to try in a decent, natural, authentic way. But when you put yourself in the mind state of the narcissist, someone that doesn't know how to do that, someone that doesn't have the ability to be honest, someone that doesn't have the ability to be truthful and decent, they're stuck out there with a dusty new supply, and you're not the rejects. They're the rejects. That's why you should change your number. Change your number. Throw away photos. Delete photos. Burn photos. Burn anything they've left at your house. Get rid of any things they've left at your house. They leave those things so you reach out. That's what they're hoping for a lot of the time as well, that you reach out. And if you do reach out, then they move the goalpost. Then they'll act like you're bothering them, or you're chasing them, or they don't want to hear from you, or they'll ignore your calls, or they'll do this stuff because they'll just enjoy the chase of you chasing after them, right? So honestly, the mind state that I want you to try and adopt is when you see a narcissist that's been in your life go off with someone else, that's the ultimate closure. They go with people that they said, that doesn't seem like their type and stuff. They go with people that doesn't seem like their type, or they go with downgrades, and they go with people that they said they wouldn't, this isn't the sort of people they would go with. You see what I'm saying? That's your closure, really, that's your closure. They're pissed, Honestly, you really need to know how special you truly are. A lot of this comes, I don't know if this comes within time. I don't even know if this video is going to help you. I hope it really does. My intentions are for it to help you, but your worth and your value will come in time. It's not time heals, but through time, definitely 100% you'll know your worth and you totally understand what I'm saying. My reasons for doing this content and trying to give you information or share information with you is to speed up your recovery and give you the tools that you need. The tools are going to come anyway, okay? It's going to happen naturally, right? Whether you put in the effort or not. But I'm thinking that if I share some knowledge and you have, even if you put 1% effort into this stuff that I'm saying, it will put you in a better direction, I believe. But like I say, naturally it's going to happen anyway. You're just going to get to that place where you know your worth. You just got to embrace like the things you've done. This new supply is not doing that for the narcissist. The supply you had, they're not getting that supply. Like, honestly, like you need to know your worth, right? A lot of you, like, it's understandable that you're in a place of hurt and feeling like you're nothing to the narcissist, because that's the way they made it out. But can't believe these frauds. You know, everything's an agenda and a motive with them, you know. So an agenda and a motive coming into your life, it's an agenda and a motive leaving your life, it's an agenda and a motive throughout the relationship, you know. It's an agenda and a motive. You know, they had a motive to go to someone new as an escape, to get away from the narcissistic injuries. Like, and if you went up to them and said like, did I bother you? Did I irritate you in any way? Did I give you narcissistic injuries? You wouldn't say that, but if you said, did I irritate you? Did I hurt your feelings? Or they won't tell you the truth. They might say you hurt their feelings, or they'll try and shift the blame onto you or something. But they wouldn't tell you that they like got irritated because they're a fraud or a phony. You know, they're not gonna tell you this stuff. So stop waiting for them to tell you how impactful your supply was and how irreplaceable you are. You don't need to hear from them. You need to have the knowing inside yourself. And I think this simultaneously happens with the self-love. So something I advise you to do is just incorporate self-love inside you. Love yourself. No one's going to love you more than you love yourself. The more you love yourself, I believe, the better you are prepared to filter out the crappy, fraudulent, phony people, right? And it's not that you didn't love yourself when you met the narcissist, you know? It's not that you didn't, but you were asleep and you wasn't aware as much as you was now about the narcissistic agenda and stuff like that. And then they've stripped you away from your self-love, and they've instilled doubt in you and made you feel worthless, and it's a whole motive and an agenda, right? So if you focus on your self-love, the more and more you'll realize of how irreplaceable you are. And then it's just about adopting that, what you know, and realizing they know. If you know, they sure as hell know, right? And remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You trying to bridge the gap, chase after them, doesn't make them realize. Just back away as soon as possible. Even if you have chased, even if you have begged, as soon as possible that you can pull away and get on with your own life is when they realize. Remember, they need you more than you ever need them. You don't need them whatsoever, but they need you a lot more. Okay? They need you a lot more. And they'll try and find someone to supersede you. They'll try and find your replacement. They'll try and find someone that provides them with what you provided and more, and they will never find it. Honestly, you as a genuine soul, empath, and chosen one in the world that we live in, it's very rare the type of person you are, right? And on top of that, you're a unique individual that they're codependent upon. That's the thing about the narcissist. They actually are the codependent. They're dependent upon your unique supply source that only you cater to them, and they will never find that anywhere else. And you need to make sure that you're never going to be that person that gives them that supply source ever again, either. So anyway, thank you for watching today. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.